Hello guys, welcome back. So hope we have seen the last three videos. We are under the hooks state management. There we have gone through the use state, use effect, using the Axios, get post and delete function we have implemented. Now we are into the fourth video that is called how to edit the data using uh, hooks, that is your functional component. In React.js, it's important to implement your CRUD operation, saving the data, listing the data, deleting the data, updating the data, using functional component that come under the hooks. So we are under the series of the hooks of the React where we have already implemented the saving the data, listing the data, and deleting the data. That's here also you. Last week we have, last video you have seen, we have the first video you have listing the data, second video you have delete saving the data, and the third video you have seen that is called deleting the data. So this till here, these three videos hope you have gone through and you have implemented as well. Now we are under the fourth video where we are going to edit the record. So first I'll show you the flow completely what we have done till now. So if I'll go to the add imply, suppose I'll keep here name CRM, mobile number, some number, dummy number I'll keep here. Okay, after that department, software, then salary somewhere 15k. Let me save imply. It's saying CRM saved successfully. I'll go to my list page. I can see here that record is present. It's got saved. Then you will ask where you are saving. It's based on JSON server that you have already implemented. I'll show you here JSON server is running already. So JSON server, it's set up there. We are storing the data. So we have the video as well for the how to set up a JSON server. And again, video number first, video number second, video number three, third you must have to see. Then the video number four will be much helpful for you and you will be able to implement it. Okay, let me save again one record. I'll go here, I'll write here called Ganesh. I'll keep here mobile number, some dummy number. Okay, after that I'll come back to the department marketing, and again I'll give the salary 35,000. Let me save it. It says Ganesh saved successfully. If I go to my list page, I should see Ganesh should be present here, right? So till here we have seen delete part also. Let me delete one more record, last Mohit 2. I'll try to delete it. Delete here. So it says imply info deleted successfully, and even you can see Mohit gone from here. So that meaning till here it is working well. Now I'll give the next demo that is called edit part. Let me go here, edit here my name only, last fourth number record. I'll try to edit here. See, it's came to another page where you can see it is showing the old data. So what I have used here, I have used here called, I'll show you, we'll go through the code. This is just understand the flow, what is happening. M was missing, I'll put M, and I'll keep here called uh, software academy, software academy. Now contact number, I'll keep my number, or let me keep something 87924 62607, and software space I'll keep here IT, and then I'll give here call 14,000. After that, let me click on update imply. I'll click on update imply. So once I click on update imply, I should see it says like CRM Software Academy updated successfully. And let me go to the imply list now. You can see here it's updated, record is updated. Let me update the Ganesh also. I went here, Ganesh, see Ganesh 5 I'll give, and remaining let it be same, update it. Now it says updated successfully. I'll go to this page. You can see Ganesh 5 should appear here. Ganesh 5 is coming. That meaning we are able to update, we are able to save, we are able to delete. Now you have seen the video number 1, that is called listing. Video number 2 is that it's called saving the data. Video number 3 was deleting the data. Video number 4 we are into the editing the data, and that is the most important thing of the React, that is called hooks. Use state, use effect, get, post, delete, those things we are using. Okay, so let's go on the code level now. Before going to the code level, like if you are new to the channel CRM Software Academy, I'll suggest you, request you, you can subscribe it. Reason is you will be keep on getting the updates and there will not be anything useless material. It will be completely useful for the developers, either your experience or fresher, no matter, it's a need for everyone. Okay, so let's subscribe it and go ahead with the code level. Okay, so I'll go with the code now and I'll start you guiding what and how we are doing. Okay, so first I will go to the app file. Inside the app file, I have written one routing code. I'll delete that. Okay, then I will go here. I have written one import a component, that also I'll delete it. So it's a deleted. Okay, so let me come back to my another page, that is called emp list. Emp list. So emp list, what was the previous code that you need to know. So this all are the previous code only that you have implemented in the first video. Everything is the same, everything is same. Here delete functionality was added here, and after that what I did is I added one more button here as a link. But before adding this link, let me delete that thing. Let me keep it completely plain as it was in the last weekend, last video, video number 3. So it is now, it's exactly same the last video, that was the video number 3. So this is your last video, that is called video number 3, where we have added the delete functionality and delete was working. Right now I need to start modification from here. So number 1, go to your component and import the link. Import link from React Router DOM. React Router DOM, that is already we have installed React Router DOM while implementing the routing. So here is, I'll add here, this is for edit purpose. For edit purpose we added here. Okay, so link is added. Step number 1 we are following. Come down. Step number 2, just next before this button where you have added the delete, call the link tag. Link to we have to link it dynamically. Okay, so for that purpose I will be following here. Let's say edit I given. Inside I will be following the backtick, because we have to give dynamically /$. I will increase the font size little, it will help me for you. Okay, it says here /$, our bracket. Inside we need to pass here that info of id. Emp info of id we need to pass, and again slash we have to give a you can say routing URL name, that is called edit emp. So I given here called edit emp, and at the same time I will be applying a class here, class name called I'll show you. I have written one class, btn class. I have written here, I have written a class called btn. That btn class I will call here under the emp list. Under the emp list I'll call here btn class. Now this btn space warning, I have created one more class called warning. So I wrote like this. This is the code. Link tag is written. Okay. Now let me come to the browser, and you can see here the edit button has come. And when I click on edit button, you can see in the URL, it's getting changed like it's giving the ID and edit EMP. This is nothing but use params. I will be using here called use params. You will get a new idea, use params, how to use that. Okay. So ID is coming here. That's well now. So step number 1, you have imported the link tag here. Your link tag you have imported, and step number 2, you have given a link here, and that is pointing to where uh, edit EMP router. It's pointing to edit EMP router with the parameter. Now in this page we have done with that. Okay, in this page we have done. Next we need to go to the your app file where you have added the routing. So I'll go to the app file, and okay, before going to the app file, I need to create a next component that will display when I click on edit employee. When I click on edit employee, another page will open where we can see the details of the employee as a editable. So for that, I'll show you here. First, what we need to do, I have created a component called edit employee, but I'm going to delete everything from this file. Okay, I will be deleting everything from this file. These functions I have written, these functions I will be deleting all. So these functions I deleted, and on the top of that I will be deleting all the HTML codes. Okay, I'll keep only one line here just for the heading purpose. Let me delete all HTML codes. So everything is gone. You can see here this page becomes a completely plain page. Okay, so this many parameters you need to follow in this page. So let's see this page, what are the things I have imported. You need to import the similar thing, React, use state, use effect. You have to import the use params also, and definitely XCOC is required. And after that we require a class called edit employee I have written, inside something we have written. Okay, now let's go ahead. So this much is, let it be the look and feel of the page. Just basic structure is ready, and class the function name is called edit employee. Function name I have made called edit employee. Okay, right? So hope let's you write this much. After that, we'll continue to the next. Okay. So hope you done this much. After that, let me go to the routing. We need to add this page under the routing. So I'll go to my app file. In my app file, I will come and I will be importing that component here. That is called import edit employee from my component name is called edit dot slash edit emp. So this is my component that I have called here now. This is my component. I'll write a comment here for editing purpose. Now this component I will be adding under the routing. So I'll come down. So you can import this component here and come down. You must have to add under the routing. Then only you can go to the edit page. So for that, root exec space path equal to slash colon id slash edit emp slash is not required after that. Next you will write component, then which component should load, that is called edit employee component. Edit employee component should load here. Okay, so you saw what I did. I created a component, that component I called here, but here I am adding colon id edit employee. What is this colon id? This colon id is going to call as a variable. So look at here. I'll show you what is happening here. Look into this file. Here, when I will click on this link, you can look into the URL. We are passing a value here, 4 and edit emp. Let me maximize little the window size so that you can understand it. See, I maximize little. Can you see here in the URL? Parameter coming 4 and then edit emp. So edit emp is the name of the, you can say, URL path, whereas 4 is the value. This 4 value will receive where? It will receive under this ID. This ID, you can say ID. This ID is nothing but it is going to capture your value because it's the first parameter. Edit emp is nothing but the name of the path that we have defined the URL, and ID becomes a variable, and that variable is getting the value here how much? 4. Let me show you some more thing again. I'll go to the EMP list and I'll click on another imply here on the first one edit. Then you can see here the value got changed to how much? As a 5 in the URL. Value got changed to 5. So this value is going to capture under the ID variable. Okay. So I have already made a variable called use params. How to use the use params? So if you are little confused in this, you can have a look into that video also. Use params. What is the use params under the hooks? Okay. So let me go ahead next. I'll come to my browser. I'll reduce the font. This one I'll keep 100%. Okay, it's 100% now. Now let me come to the this ID where we are going to capture this ID under the edit imply. Look at here. Now we have already called use effect, use here, use params, right? Now with the help of use params, I will be writing a constant here, and in that constant I will give the same variable name. What is the variable name? Called ID, that is defined under the routing, and equal to use params. Use params. Correct. So hope till here you are clear. What is this ID? This ID is nothing but the variable that you have defined under the app.js file. Look at here. We are given the colon ID. So that's variable only I am receiving here under the EMP variable. EMP edit EMP component here. Now let me print that number and show you whether it is coming or not. H2, I'll write here your number is, your ID is better, your ID is, your ID is that number. That is where under the ID variable. Now it will be clear completely. Yes, we are sending the value through URL from one component to other component, and we are capturing through the params, use params, and that we are going to use inside. So let's show you. Hope you can see here. ID is coming how much? 5. What is the value of URL? 5. Here also we are able to capture 5. That is called use params. We are capturing the value from the browser URL. Now let me come to the next page. So I'll click again on another edit. See, value got changed. How much? 4. Let me go to the imply list. Click on first one. The value got changed to how much? 5. So we are able to pass the value through URL and we are able to capture that. Okay. So hope you are on the track and you are understanding properly. Now what we required, suppose we are passing here EMP ID 5, we need to display the details of imply number 5, and that should be editable. Okay. So what I will do now, if you have the new EMP component we have created earlier, you will have already these functions. These functions we have written already. So I will try to reuse this function. So let me go here and I will try to reuse that functions. Okay, what are that? That functions are process name, process mobile, process department, process salary, and process message. So EMP name, EMP mobile, EMP department, EMP salary, EMP message. These all are the variable what we have used under the while creating the new component, new imply. So I have just taken the same variable and functions, the same constant I'm going to use here. Okay. Now next what should happen? Next should happen like On page load, we need to call a API to fetch the data from implied JSON file. Okay, implied JSON file. I'll show you where is that. Look at here. This is the implied JSON file. I have data.json file. Inside, we have data here. CRM Software Academy, Ganesh, and some other details, right? This is the data here, right? Let me go now. I will process next this function I have taken. Okay. Now we will write a function here. We will write a API here that is called get emp info, and don't forget to add the const here because it is functional component. You require the URL now. URL equal to, let me take the URL from my listing page. I have the URL here. Previous URL we can take. Okay, this URL I took. I will be adding that URL here. Correct. Now, in this URL, you need to append the ID / plus that ID. So what will happen is, suppose, let me go to the browser and show you once. I took the URL. I went here in the browser. I'll keep here and select 1 or maybe 2 or 3 or maybe 4. If I enter, you can see it will give the display, it will give the details of particular employee. Correct? Okay, it will give the details of the particular employee only. So what we should do is, we should pass in the same way here ID so that we can fetch the details of the particular employee. Now we need to write a function here, axios.get. Inside you can pass the URL, and then again then function you can follow, response, right? Follow the fat arrow method, come inside. Now you will be calling this all the functions. So I have written already one place. Let me take that function. We have written here, I have written here the functions. The same thing I'll add here again. And in this, we will be writing response.data.name. That is nothing but the employee name is going to come from the JSON file. Response.data. That is called mobile. It will give the mobile number. Here, response.data.department. Again in the last, response.data.salary. Correct? So this all details will come from there. From where? From the JSON file, and give to this constant function, and constant function will update under the variable here. Now let's call this function. I will call this function here using use effect. Using use effect, I will call that function. And don't forget to add here in the last call true, else it will go under infinite and you will face the problem. You will not get the proper response. Now inside I will call here get emp info. That meaning this function will fetch all the details and it will give me, and this will execute when at runtime of the page. As soon as the page will execute, this get emp function will call and it will get the data, and we can capture the information now. Now overall, when this page will load, you are able to receive the employee name, mobile, everything. Now let me give you the demo. I'll go here, I'll follow the H1. Under the H1, let me print the EMP name. EMP name that I have here, EMP name. right? EMP name I printed. Let's show you whether EMP name is printing or not for one employee. I'll go to my browser. See here, Ganesh 5 is coming. Let me go back again and I'll click on CRM Software Academy Edit. You can see their name is coming. Let me go again back. Click on again Ganesh 5. We can see Ganesh 5 is also coming here. That meaning we are able to retrieve the details of a particular employee from the JSON file. Now this thing we don't require here. We require the form design, correct? We require the form design so that inside the form we can display the details in edit mode. Okay, so let me go here into new EMP component. We have already designed a form. I It will be best if you can use the same form. So what I will do is, instead of writing again, here the forms was already designed, so the same form I will take from here. Everything I will copy, just table to table I will copy, and I will be adding here under the edit employee. Here I will add the same thing under the edit employee, and I'll show you the code one by one. Okay, let me show you the first functionality, whether my data is coming or not. Here same variable I have used, name, EMP name, edit mobile, edit department, everything I have used the same. Let me go to the page. Okay, save function is not there. So it is saying save function, why you are calling. Definitely it is not there. I'll remove the save function. Okay, I'll remove the save function and let me show you now. Okay, see we are here and you can see a particular employee details has come inside the list. See, a details came, particular employee details. Let me go here again and click on CRM Software Academy. You can see his details will come here. Let me go back again and click on this. His details will come here. Now let me come to the code and show you again from beginning. Let's see. Number one, what we did. You understood this point where we are passing the input. This import part you have to do. We wrote a function called edit imply. We capture the use params, and these functions we have written for what purpose? Since we need to capture the input from the text box, so this function is required. This function I have taken from the add imply page that we have created last the video number 2. I wrote another function that is called get imply, get emp info, get emp info. This is for what purpose? This get emp info, since from the URL you are getting the ID here, right? And that ID I am sending to this particular URL, port number 3002, to imply, saying like, give me the details of the particular imply. That ID is under the ID variable. So what will happen? Axios.get will go to this URL. From the JSON file, a particular implied details will come under the response variable, and data is the predefined object of the Axios. So what you will get inside response.data.name mobile department salary. This is in the JSON file. I'll show you here. Those are available in the JSON file here, right? Okay. Now look at here, all the details came, and with the help of process name, process mobile, process department, process salary, these all are the hooks function. With the help of that, this data got assigned into the constant variables. Now then we have not called the get info function, imply info function. So I have a use here called use effect, and under the use effect I have put the get. You can say this function I am calling here. Why? Because on page load it should get loaded, right? And after loading, the data will update under the state, and state will come to the page. So till here you understood. Coming down now, next, let's go ahead. This message, for the message purpose that we are going to print, this is my table. This is my table. Inside the table, I have a text box. There I am printing value equal to EMP name, the hooks variable that you have here on the top, EMP name. Let's go ahead slowly so that you can also implement and you can write. So this is the variable where this is the TR. The first TR is for the name purpose. Process name is nothing but a function. With the help of that, you are going to pass the value to the text box again. You are going to update the state. Come down again below. You have another one, another TR. This TR is nothing but For the mobile number, we are displaying the value mobile, that's from the state, and process mobile is the function. With the help of that, when you start typing, the value will go to the state. Same way we have done for the department also here. For department also we did the same, like we took the DEPT variable and printed, and process department we are calling to handle the next value. Coming down, salary also we did the same. For the salary also we did the same, right? The salary part process will happen through the process salary function. Finally, we have a button called save employee. Instead of save, let me change to the update employee. Update employee. Okay, so update employee will help you to update the, like it will be meaningful. Look at here, become as update employee. This data is coming already. Now, once we click here, now on the click of this, we require to call a function update. So let me go up and write a function here called update employee. Constant we have to follow. Update EMP function. Correct. This update EMP function, I will call on button click. Let me come down. On click of this, update EMP function I called, right? So as soon as you click on update EMP, what will happen? Update EMP function will call, and here is update EMP function. Let me go ahead of this place. Right now here, whichever the data we have filled here, that data should get captured and post to the URL. For what purpose? To update in the JSON file. So let's see. I have written some code in my previous component while we save the employee. Look at here. This is my data. This is my function. Okay, this is my function. So I will copy some 2-3 line from here, and I'll go under the employee here, and I will add here, and the URL will not change. URL will be remain same. URL will be remain same. Look at here. These variables are the EMP name, EMP mobile, EMP department, EMP salary. This is going to post to this URL particular, where name, mobile, department, salary. This is nothing but it's a JSON. Look at here. Name, mobile, department, salary. This is the name of your object inside the array that we have. Okay. Now right side is the variable name, left side is the object name that is inside the JSON. Here, slash you have to do plus ID. Plus ID. Which ID? Look at here, that you have captured from the use params. Because to update a employee, see, while fetching an employee, you are given the ID. So definitely while updating also you have to give the ID, right? So that we have given here employee slash ID, right? Now after that, simply we need to post this JSON data to this particular, this one URL. So you will write here xeos.put. You are not going to write the post, put for update purpose, put. Inside the first will be URL and second will be your array, that is called EMP info. Okay. After that again, dot then function you need to call, and inside again a response, but here response is not going to give any big matter. So come down and follow the state saying like this dot set state, and oh, not set state here, this is based on which one? Functional component. So you have a function here in the beginning that is called process message. Look at here, we have written a function called process message. So we will call this process message here. You will call here process message, and under the process message you have to pass the name, EMP name, plus you have to add here called updated successfully. Updated successfully. So this message again, so suppose you are updating the details of Ganesh, it will say Ganesh details updated successfully. It will go to where? message variable. Here you have defined the message variable, right? Now come down below, and definitely we are already printing the message. So now next turn is what? Just test it. See what you wrote under the edit part. Nothing. Very simple. Very simple. We wrote here. Just created the array. We capture the value from the state. We wrote a URL, but while binding the URL, make sure you are passing the ID in the last. Then you will ask what is this ID? This ID is coming here. You can see is a params, huge params. That value is coming from the URL. Okay, and finally, this all the details, the info of the employee you are posting to this URL, and finally you are updating the state message. Let me go to the browser and come to the employee list and show you Ganesh 5 is there. I will change to hello Ganesh 5, and I'll change his number to 12121212. Correct. I'll change him to the HR, and salary I'll convert into something 80,000. Let me keep as a update. It says hello Ganesh updated successfully. Let me look into my employee list. Of course, hello Ganesh updated. Let me go again to the Ganesh itself, and Ganesh, let me change to the Ramesh, and other details you can change or not, no matter. Save. Saying Ramesh details updated successfully. Let me go to the employee list. Of course, you can see Ramesh updated. Let me change to the software CRM Academy, IT, 14,000. Let it be update. CRM Academy details updated. Let's go here. Saying updated, right? So hope is all. So what we need to do? Let's go through now. Go through the code. When we click on this, you know the use params. With the help of link, we are creating the use params. We are sending to the roots. Here is the roots. Under the app.js file, we are sending to this roots. Correct. We have created the ID variable. That ID variable I am receiving here. That ID variable I am receiving under the edtmp file, and this thing you can import it. That's you know already, because you have already gone through the 3 video. So you know this. These functions why we have written, that you understand well. This function why we are calling here, because we are taking the data from API and passing to this function so that it will update under the state. Finally, we have call on use effect, this function, and then we design the page, and inside the page we are displaying the value, and again we are calling the process name so that user can change it. We are calling the edtmp, and we are calling process mobile, user can change it, right? So this way we are following till 3 fields, and finally we added another function, update info on button click, update emp. Look at here, update EMP, what it will do? It will collect all the information of the employee from the state. Finally, it will create a new JSON, and that JSON will be posted to the same URL, but we have to append the ID. And xuse.put function will update the record, and to where? To this URL, and this information will get updated. And finally, we are updating the message saying like employee details updated successfully, right? So you can, while implementing, maybe this not maybe it's a little difficult itself because it's hooks functional component. You can go ahead slowly you can go, right? And then you can implement it, and after that you can see how it is. Okay, so now again I'll scroll the code slowly from top, and while implementing, in case if you face any problem, slowly you can scroll it, and after that you can implement it. And maybe whichever the position you feel difficult is, play till that position, pause the video, and again write it. See, and then you can. So just I have just scrolled it slowly. So while implementing, you can implement it, and again you can test it. Right. So hope you understood. So again, thanks for watching, and we will see in the next video of the React hooks. That again, in case if you are not subscribed, you can subscribe it. Notification will come automatically. And again, thanks for watching. Bye bye.